Hope, kindly tell us, what is this symposium about?
Thank you so much, Khadija. So the National Good School Symposium is a space which we have created as Raising Voices in collaboration with the Ministry of Education to bring together all stakeholders in the ecosystem of a child to reflect on what a good school is, what has been done to create the good schools, and what ideas are being sustained in terms of creating good schools. And it is coming from a point of view where we value the contribution, or we value the opportunities that schools present if we want to prevent violence against children. For example, the WHO has given us statistics that over 1 billion children spend time in schools on a daily. So as we speak now, schools are open, so we have billions of children in the schools as we speak now. And so that presents a very good opportunity for us to influence so many childhoods at a go. And we realize that even when they spend this time, it is a significant amount of time. If you look at the terms, how long they are, how much time you spend with the children at home, we see that children spend a lot of time in schools. But secondly, we also accumulate the fact that schools act as a service to the community, to the stakeholders. When you send your child to school, when I send my child to school, I expect that they should be safe. They are mandated to play a role to ensure that children are safe. So that and many other reasons what led to Raising Voices developing some of the interventions with the Good School Toolkit that prevents violence against children in schools. If you look at the symposium, the conversation we had yesterday, Professor Walakila was looking at some of the interventions that have been mentioned to be effective in terms of preventing violence against children, and the Good School Toolkit was one of those methodologies. So in here, we are having teachers, we are having head teachers, we are having learners, we are having district inspectors of school, we are having education officers, we're also having the Ministry of Gender and the Ministry of Education. Everybody who has been part of this journey of creating good schools. And those who are coming from the schools have implemented the good school toolkit. Now for these 2 days, we are trying to document the story. Over 25 years, Raising Voices have been doing this in collaboration with other stakeholders like you in this room. They have all been part of this story. So we are reflecting on what are some of the best practices that they have been, implementing in their schools to make sure that they are violence-free, and what are some of the ideas that they have sustained. Because we have people who have implemented the good school like in 2014 up to today, like over the years, some of them
Is it the same tool?
It is the same toolkit. Of course, there have been iterations. We started with the Good School Toolkit for primary, then we adapted it to secondary, and now we have the Good School Toolkit Agile, which is bringing all the lessons that we have learned over the years for both the primary and the secondary. But the ideas remain the same, the principles remain the same, only that it is an agile, scalable version. So some of the ideas that we have had, for example, in this interaction from the teachers, from the learners, and they are all stemming from the implementation of this toolkit, is that if you want ideas to be sustainable, you have to engage a whole school. What we call a whole school approach. Like a whole school approach ensures that you bring everybody on board, whether they are teaching or non-teaching staff. And the learners, one of the things that has also come out strongly is that the learners are leading the change. They are part of
that.
Yeah, it's like hearing the learners speak about how they are leading the conversations, of course with the guidance from the teachers, but also bringing parents on board. But also a whole school approach entails the systems in the school, the structures, whether it is policies, like influencing the culture of the school. It can only happen when we have everybody engaged. Another key issue that has come up strongly is the learners' voices and agency. And I think we've witnessed that in the symposium. Hearing children speak about what they are doing, what they are aspiring. First of all, some of them are sharing about what they aspire when they go to school what they want to see. And many of them are saying we want a school which is free of violence. Many of them are saying we don't want corporal punishment. Others are saying we want our ideas to be heard. When I put my idea in the suggestion box, I want it to be acted upon. So fronting and nurturing learners' agency is also something that has come up very well. But also beyond that, we've listened to one of the learners who had been, one of the drawing we just listened to was around power. What do you use power? Yeah, she said, I wish we could have power to, power with, power within, but to do away with power over.
All right, Hope, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing. I pray for the day that we will be talking about violence in schools, and I like the fact that the Good School Toolkit has whoever you're working with, if it's a school or like you can. It comes from within. It's about culture change, which has been a major block. Many people feel they were raised being beaten, they were raised going through the same, and they feel they should actually take their children through the same. I like the fact that there is culture change, and we pray for the day that there will be no total violence against children in schools and in the community. Thank you so much. God bless you.